What happens to iron when you add carbon to it? Most people know that gives you steel, but the details are interesting. If you add a really tiny amount of carbon, then the basic iron, alpha iron, called ferrite, is a body-centered cubic lattice, is mostly undisturbed, and the carbon atoms are just stuffed into the tiny little holes. But there's a limit to how well it can do that because the carbon atoms don't fit very well. Once you start having too many carbon atoms near each other, you get a new crystal pattern, an orthorhombic crystal of Fe3C or cementite. So you have a mixture of alpha and Fe3C. It's weird to think that metal is crystal, but it actually is. It's just many, many crystals, very, very fine. Hard to imagine what one gigantic crystal of iron would actually look like. This chart here only goes up to 6.7% because that's how much carbon you need to make all of the iron into Fe3C. Useful forms of steel are generally less than 4% carbon. So engineers, material scientists don't generally bother with the farther parts of the chart. The actual process of heating and cooling can change the way those different clusters are formed, what percentages you get, and how they're layered together. And you get structures like pearlite, which is basically flat layers, like a tiramisu of alpha and iron carbide. There's a whole lot more to this, but I just wanted to give you a little introduction.